Hello students, today I am going to explain you about the syllabus. How this syllabus will help you to understand the complete study, because without understanding the syllabus you cannot do work properly or you cannot do study properly. Why? Because if you understand the syllabus you can easily understand what you have to do, what you have not, or what you have to left. बिकॉज एग्जाम में हमें सबसे महत्वपूर्ण चीज जो होती है वो ये नहीं होती कि हमें कितना पढ़ना है, हमारे सबसे महत्वपूर्ण चीज ये होती है कि हमें कितना छोड़ना है, क्या पढ़ना है, कब पढ़ना है और कितना पढ़ना है. सो टुडे आई एम कमिंग विथ अ स्ट्रेटजी of this syllabus. I am decoding this syllabus, so I hope you understand very easily how this syllabus will help you. So now I am studying. Now we are having 10 units. This is first location, extent and the physical features. Second, climate. Third, soil resources. Fourth, nature vegetation. Fifth, water resources. Sixth, mineral and energy resources. Maybe in your book this is divided into two subgroups or two chapters. Next one, it is the agriculture. This will also be divided into three parts or three chapters. Maybe it is intro, food and cash. So agriculture is based on this food agriculture and the cash agriculture. Next one, it is the eighth one, manufacturing industries. It is also having in two parts, agro based industries and mineral based industries. Next one, it is the transportation, and the last one, it is the waste management. It is also divided into first, second, third and fourth part. So it's my kind request, before starting the syllabus you just go through the whole syllabus, because the mission you have to attempt only 5 questions. So for attempting 5 questions you can choose any 6, either any 7 units. You can also omit, you can also left 2 or 3 units. There is no need to study, but it's my request, it's my suggestion, you have to go through these all units, because if some question will you not able to do in the examination time, so it is very good you can attempt another from the another unit. So it's my kind request, you choose or you study all the units, and finally at the exam time you choose any 5, any 6 or any 7 very perfectly. So out of 7 you can easily attempt these 5 questions, and I hope you can get very good marks. So I hope you understand why I am decoding this syllabus.
So now this is your syllabus in details. As I already mentioned, these 10 units. But remember, this unit is not basically a unit. It is only the map work. So basically we are having only 9 units, but it is mentioned in syllabus. That's why I showed 10 units. So now I am explaining in detail what are the topics in the each chapter or each unit. Now first is the climate. So in climate we study about the distribution of temperature, rainfall, winds in the summer and winter, and factors affecting the climate of area, monsoon and its mechanism, season March to May. Basically there are 3 seasons we know very well. So this March to May, summer which is June to September, and monsoon October November, and there is also retreating monsoon in December February to winter. There is also retreating, but there is not basically means climate or the season, but it is also the one kind when this monsoon is coming back, this is called the retreating monsoon. So we will study all these things in the climate. Next we are talking about the soil resources. In the soil resources, basically we are talking about the types of soils. We know there are 4 or 5 types of soils. In our course we are having 4: alluvial, black, red and laterite. Their distribution, where it is available, composition, how it is made, characteristics, what are the qualities of it, like color, texture, minerals, crops, and crop suitability means which soil is suitable for which crop. So this is the crop associated. And the soil erosion, which is very important, causes, prevention and conservation. How the soil erosion causes, how can we prevent it, and conservation, what are the importance of conservation, how can we conserve the soil. So we will study all these things in detail in the soil resources. Next chapter, it is the natural vegetation. What is the nature vegetation? Importance of forest. In the nature vegetation, we are talking about the importance of forest. What is the importance of forest for animals, for human beings, for the environment? So we will study in this topic. Types of vegetation. Basically, there are also five types: tropical evergreen, tropical deciduous, tropical desert, littoral, and mountain. And their distribution, where it is, which kind of vegetation is present in which location, then correlation with their environment, and the last is the forest conservation, because we know that forest is a very precious resources, so we have to study the forest conservation because we have to conserve each and every resources, otherwise in future we have to suffer. Next one, it is the water resources. Next chapter, it is the water resources. So these water resources, sources from where we are getting surface and groundwater. By these two ways we are getting. Next one is the need of conservation, because in all the chapters we are talking about the conservation and the characteristics, their properties, their features, how it is become like that. This the basic things. If you read the book properly, if you listen the lecture properly, I make you sure it is very easy. The geography is very easy. Only you have to attention the syllabus. You have to give attention to the syllabus, and you have to listen lectures properly. Then only I think 50% marks you are getting very easily. So now next one, it is the irrigation, importance and methods. Irrigation, watering the plants in the field. Next one, it is the minerals and energy resources. So basically iron ore, manganese, copper, bauxite, their usage and their distribution, in which location they are located or they are present. Next, again, conventional sources like coal, petroleum, natural gas, their distribution, advantages, and like hydel power. We also study about some dams, Bhakranagal Dam and the Hirakund Dam. These both are the oldest dam and largest dam and highest dam also. Next one, it is the non-conventional sources like solar, wind, tidal, geothermal, nuclear, biogas, their generation and their advantages. So in this chapter, in this unit, we study about these all topics in detail. Next one, it is the agriculture. So in agriculture, you can see that Indian agriculture, importance, problems and reforms. What is the importance of Indian agriculture? What is their problems and what are the reforms are made? Next one, it is the types of farming in India. Basically subsistence farming, commercial farming. In this also we is talking about the shifting, intensive, extensive, plantation and mix. Next one, it is the agriculture seasons. Basically there are three: Rabi, Kharif and Zaid. Rabi, which is in the uh, winter season, Kharif, which is in the monsoon season, and Zaid, which is in the summer season. Next one, it is the climatic condition, soil requirement, method of the cultivation, processing and distribution of the following crops like rice, wheat, millets, pulses, sugarcane, oil seeds, groundnut, mustard and soya bean. Cotton, jute, tea and coffee. Then next, if we study agriculture properly, so you can very easily understand the manufacture industry because it is completely based on the agriculture. Now first, importance and classification, then agro-based industry like sugar, textile and cotton and silk. And mineral-based study, if you study this eighth one, this mineral, and next one agriculture. If you study properly, so I hope you can easily understand the chapter number 10. So these all three chapters are interlinked. Chapter number unit number 8, 9 and 10. The next one, it is the transportation. Transportation chapter is also very easy because in this you have to study 3 or 4 types of transportation like roads, railways, airways and waterways. Their advantages and their disadvantages. Generally, if you, I think maybe you are traveling roadways, railways, maybe in aeroplanes or in waterways. So you can easily write answers. What are the advantages and what are the Disadvantages. So basically this geography syllabus is based on India and on your general knowledge. If you are having some awareness, so you can easily attempt all the questions. So that's why I told you, for getting marks in the geography is very easy. But one thing you have to do, you have to give a proper attention for the listening lectures, then only it is very easy. Otherwise everything is difficult. But it's my kind request, whenever you listen lecture, whenever you watch lectures, it's my kind request, you have to listen, you have to watch very carefully. By listening and by watching only, you can learn 50 to 70% syllabus, it's my guarantee. Now the last one, it is the water management. In this, impact of waste accumulation, spoilage of the landscape, pollution, health hazards, effect on the terrestrial, aquatic, fresh life, freshwater and marine life, need of waste management, methods, need for the waste management, methods of safe disposal like segregation, dumping, and composting, and need and methods for the reducing, reusing, and recycling. It is also called the 3Rs. It means reducing, reusing, and recycling. Basically this chapter is also based on your general knowledge. How can we prevent pollution? These are very general questions. So I hope you understand. Basically this syllabus is very short, but you think that the book is very thick, the number of pages are very high, but it is completely based on your general knowledge and your awareness. If you are aware about surrounding, if you are aware about all the things near you, surrounding you, so then only you can write answers very easily. But still you have to study. So that's why I explained the syllabus. Now I hope, why I'm explaining the syllabus, what is the purpose of explaining this syllabus, because there is a reason. Now you read this syllabus again once more time, so then what will happen, you can understand what are the topics in your syllabus. So whenever these topics will come, either when you are watching TV, when you are watching videos, when you are watching movies, wherever, so you can link these topics with your listening and watching. It is audio visual. So I hope it will also helpful. Basically in examination you are completely dependent on the writing answers. You want to learn some answers and then write in the examination, this is your purpose. But my strategy is different, my teaching is different. Whatever you learn from a different medium, from different sources, you have to put into your answer. It is a smartness. So I explained, I showed all the topics. So now it is your duty, whenever these topics are coming, you have to be aware, you have to listen, understand properly, then exam will be very very easy. So thank you, I hope you understand my explaining what is the importance of syllabus. If you not understand, please go through with your book. Either you can download from the ICC website, and once more you read the whole syllabus. So I hope it is very helpful for you. Thank you so much. I hope you understand all the things properly.